And sitting comfortably on your mat, nice and tall, start to notice the breath. Feeling it move up and down the spine. Noticing any thoughts or emotions that arise without trying to change them. No judgment, no expectation, just giving yourself permission to exist exactly as you are in this moment. Giving yourself permission to be present with your mind, to be present with your body, to be present with your breath. Now bring your awareness to your breath as you deepen your breath. Inhaling more fully, feeling the rib cage, the lungs, the belly expand. And exhaling all of that air out. Good. We'll transition to breathing in and out through the nose now, maintaining a slight constriction at the back of the throat. So when we exhale, it might feel like we're fogging up a window or a mirror. Using that deep, slow, warm breath. Listening for the sound of your own breath. If you and I were in the same room, I would hear it. And as we use the breath as an anchor to bring us present into this moment, we'll build on it just a little bit more by adding a pause. So I want you to inhale fully. Fill the body up and then pause at the top of the inhale. Hold the breath in, feel that fullness, that wholeness, and let it out. Slowly exhaling, pausing at the bottom of the exhale, feeling the lightness, the emptiness. And when you're ready, inhale, fill the air. Pause. Exhale it out. Pause at the bottom. Feel that space in between breaths and continue a few rounds on your own. This is a 4-part breath. The emphasis is on the retention, the pause in between inhale and exhale, the space in between. Continuing to breathe in and out through the nose with that slight constriction at the back of the throat so you can hear your breath, so I could hear your breath. Beautiful. With each inhale, sit up taller. Feel your heart gently open, collarbones broaden. With each exhale, let your sit bones ground down heavier. Let your hip flexors relax. Feel the shoulder blades slide down the back. And begin to smooth out your breath, gently removing the pause and transitioning effortlessly from inhale to exhale. Knowing that we will do our very best to maintain this breath throughout our entire practice as we flow from one posture to the next. The breath is our guide. Take one more breath wherever you are. And gently open the eyes. Take a moment, reverse the cross of the feet, put the other foot on top or in front. Bring the fingertips to the earth at your sides. Inhale to reach out and up to the sky. Look up, fingertips touch. And exhale, ground down through the earth, chin to chest. 2 more like that. Inhale, fill the lungs, reach, look. And exhale, reconnect. Last one like this. Now we inhale up to the sky. This time twist to the right. Left hand comes to the right knee. Right hand comes back behind you. We're about to transition into my favorite stretch for accessing that space in between the shoulder blades. Many of you have done this with me before. I love it. All right, so from your twist, keep the connection of the left hand to the right knee. Reach the right hand up and over, side body stretch. Try to feel the heart spiraling open to the sky. Take the gaze up to the ceiling. Draw the shoulder back into its socket. And feel both sit bones pressing into the earth. One more inhale. Exhale, round through the spine. Bring the right hand to the left knee. Tuck the chin for a moment. Puff up the space in between your shoulder blades. And then release the hands, but keep the arms crossed. We're coming into a variation of eagle arms. You can hold on to opposite shoulders. Bring the backs of the hands together or the fronts of the hands. Relax the hip flexors. Sit tall. Inhale, lift both elbows up. Feel a stretch below the shoulder blade. Exhale, let the elbows drop down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, relax. Breathe fully one more time. Inhale, use the whole inhale. And exhale. Unwind the arms, reach up to the sky, fingertips touch. And we twist to the left. Right hand comes to the left knee. Pause here, just like with any twist, we inhale, sit taller, and exhale, twist deeper. Gently wringing out the tension in the spine. Now find a firm connection of the right hand to the left knee. Sweep the left fingers up and overhead, side body stretch. Spiral the left pinky in, draw the shoulder back into its socket, and then open the heart to the ceiling. Breathing into the side body, maybe leaning a little more. One more inhale. Good. Right hand crosses over to the right knee, round, or to the left hand, right knee. Round through the spine, puff up the space in between your shoulder blades. Release the hands, keep the elbows crossed, sit up. Same options to hold opposite elbow or opposite shoulders. You can bring the backs of the hands together or cross at the wrist to bring the front of the hands together. We inhale, lift the elbows. Exhale, sink them down. Use the whole inhale to move the elbows up. And use the whole exhale to draw them back down. Show me that one more time. You do not need to rush. Release, unwind, interlace the fingers at the top, press the palms up. Drop the shoulders down, maybe take a little stretch from side to side. Round through the spine, press the palms toward me, draw the belly button in. Sit up nice and tall, release the hands, separate the fingers, make your way to tabletop. You can scoot back on your mat if you need to. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Take cushion like a blanket under the knees if you need more support. Let's take a cat-cow. Inhale, gaze lifts up, tailbone lifts up, belly drops down. Exhale, round through the spine, tuck the chin. Inhale, heart weaves forward and through. Exhale, belly draws in and up. Continue to move through this cat-cow using your breath as your guide. And if you get inspired to take some other movement, please do. Feel free to shift the hips from side, to circle the hips, to circle the spine, circle the head, whatever your body is asking for in this tabletop position. Take that movement now, or continue to flow through cat and cow. Feel the fingers spread wide, feel the backs of the knuckles pressing down, moving in a way that feels good in your body. This is your practice. Give yourself 2 more breaths. And whenever you're ready, meet me in a child's pose. Knees wide toward the edges of the mat, big toes together, fingertips reach toward the top of the mat as the hips sink back. If it's more comfortable, you can always bring the knees closer together. This is your practice. Good. Know that you can return to this resting pose at any time throughout your practice. If you're noticing a little more space coming into the spine, maybe walk the fingertips a millimeter closer to the top of the mat. Feel the fingers reach forward as the hips pull back. 1 more breath here. Make your way back up to hands and knees. Knees under the hips. Together we'll round through the spine. Exhale. Inhale, cow. Pause with this length in the spine. Engage the core. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, send the tailbone up and back. Downward dog. You can walk it out, bending into one knee and then the other. Shake the head if that feels good. You can circle the ankles, taking any movement in this first downward facing dog of our practice. Any movement that feels good in your body. This is your practice. And just remembering to check in with your breath. Finding those smooth inhales and exhales in and out through the nose. Now together, from our downward facing dog, we inhale, rise up onto the balls of the feet, heels lift, and exhale, sink back, heels lower. Try that 2 more times. Inhale, rise. And as you sink back, feel the weight of the hips shift back. Feel the spine lengthen. Last time, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Walk the hands all the way back to the feet. As the heels lower all the way down, feet are hips width apart and parallel. We inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Feel the belly draw into the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Let the head get heavy. Let the knees soften. Now bend the knees even more. Reach out, press up to stand. Fingertips touch overhead. Exhale, hands gather at heart center. Inhale, reaching up to the sky. Fill the lungs. And exhale, lead with the chest. Soften all the way down. Again, inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach out, rise up to stand. Now this time, exhale, hands come down and around behind the back. Interlace the fingers, pull the shoulders down, lift the heart up, soften the knees, and melt forward. If this is too much on the shoulders, you can always hold on to opposite elbows or forearms. Good. Now press into the heels, reach up with the heart, come up to stand, hands to the sky. Exhale, palms together, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk yourself out into a downward dog. From your downward dog, feel the heels lift, roll through the spine, tuck the chin, and shift yourself forward into an upward dog with your toes tucked. Engage the core, shift the hips up and back, down dog. Let's try that 2 more times. Heels lift as you ripple through the body. Head is the last thing up as the hips sink down. Exhale, core presses you up and back. Take that 1 more time, rolling through the spine. Inhaling. And exhaling up and back. Walk the hands back to the feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach out, rise up. We'll repeat what we just did. Hands come around behind the back. Interlace the fingers. Soften the knees and dive forward, fold. Keep the forward fold. Release the hands to the earth. And take a rag doll for a moment. Feet can come as wide as the hips or wider. Bring the right fingers to tuck into the left elbow crease. Left fingers tuck into the right. Take a deep bend in the knees, as much of a bend in the knees as you need. And let the head hang down. You can nod the head yes, or shake the head no. Feeling all of that tension rolling away from the head, neck, and shoulders. Let go of something here. Come back to center. Release the hands to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Take the gaze to the top of your mat. Walk yourself out to a plank and back to a down dog. Let's roll through the spine 3 more times. Lift the heels, ripple through the spine, tuck the chin, head lifts, hips drop. Use the core to press yourself up and back, and take that 2 more times. Rolling through the spine, shifting forward, and then engage the core, press yourself up and back. Last time, forward, forward. Lift the head. And exhale, press it up and back. Beautiful. And just for fun, let's take a chaturanga, shift forward to plank from full or kneeling plank. Elbows in tight, you exhale halfway or all the way down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Meet me back in your downward facing dog for 3 deep breaths. Nice. Hands as far apart as the shoulders, feet as far apart as the hips. Step the balls of the feet together and inhale the right toes up to the sky. And exhale, lower that foot down slowly, slowly to meet the left. Other side, use the whole inhale to reach through the left toes all the way up. And use the whole exhale to lower down. Good. Now again, let's inhale the right toes up. Take your time. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Take any movement that would feel good here. Try to keep the shoulders square to the mat as the hips open to the side. Good. Extend that leg back up, square the hips to the mat, draw the knee to your chest, puff up the space in between the shoulder blades, and place that foot down in between your hands, pausing on the fingertips or with blocks. Take a little shift back and forth. Good. Let's all lower the back knee, keep the toe tucked. You know where we're going. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Back toes are tucked. Engage the core, press the earth away. Inhale, back up to the sky. Exhale, hands come down and around behind the back. Interlace the fingers, open the heart. Sink the hips lower. Press the hands farther from the body. Sink the hips lower again. Engage the core. Release the hands back up to the sky. Keep the hips low, lower the back heel. Make that foot parallel with the short edge of the mat. Warrior two. Inhale, extend through the front leg, look up, reach up. Exhale, sink down, warrior two. Two more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more lift. And ground it back down. Pause in your warrior two. Flex the hands as if you were pressing into a wall. And take some half circles with the head and neck. Good. Come back to center, maybe circle the wrists for a moment. Reverse your warrior. First, flip the palms, feel the shoulder blades slide down the back, and reach up and back with the right fingertips. Keep the hips low. Left hand can come down the left leg or around to the low back. Gentle engagement of the core to protect the low back. One more inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Find the left fingers, spiral them up and overhead. Lift the left heel, lift the right fingers. Twist, you can always lower that back knee to the earth. If the back knee is lifted, engage the space above the kneecap to help level the hips. Give it one more inhale, reaching with the right fingers. And exhale, lower it down. And step it back. Take your version of plank through chaturanga, or if you'd like, you can practice plank and back to down dog a couple times. You can also pause in your child's pose. We will give ourselves 3 deep breaths from downward dog or wherever you need to be before trying that on the other side. Step the balls of the feet together in your down dog. Inhale, reach the left toes up to the sky slowly. And exhale, slowly lower it down to meet the right. Inhale, right toes up. Use the whole inhale to reach. And the whole exhale to lower. Reach back up with the left toes, taking your time. When you get to the top, bend the knee, open the hip. Take any movement that your body needs here. And extend that leg back up to the sky, square the hips to the mat, and draw the knee into the chest. Puff up the space between the shoulder blades and place that foot down, or use the hands to scoot it up in between your hands. Take a moment to pause on the fingertips here. Take a little shift back and forth if that feels good. You can also take blocks under the hands. And we'll lower the back knee. Keep the back toes tucked. If you need to shorten your stance, you can. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Now engage the core, press the earth away as the hips lift up. Inhale, reach up. Sink the hips down. Bring the hands around behind the back, interlace opposite pinky on top, or hold on to opposite elbows. You can always lower the back knee here. Feel that heart opening, feel the strong core, sink the hips lower. Open the heart a little more. Lift up taller. And release the hands. Keep the hips low, ground the back heel. Make it parallel with the short edge of the mat. Warrior two. Inhale, reach up, extend through the front leg, look up. And exhale, sink down. Gaze follows the left fingertips. Two more. Last one. Pause here and make a fist. Circle the wrist. Actually, make a fist around the thumb. Put the thumb at the center of your hand, close other fingers, and then make some circles. Now again, you can bring your head in here, circle the head and neck if that's comfortable, or just circle the wrists. Sink the hips a little lower. Release the hands. Warrior two. Flip the palms, let the shoulder blades slide down the back. Reach up and back with the left fingers. Right fingers come down the right thigh or to the low back. Feel the left shoulder drawing back into its socket. One more inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, lift the waist. Find the right fingers, spiral them up and overhead. Lift the right heel. Lift the left hand. You can always lower the right knee. We're pausing in our twist. Breathing deeply. Relax the jaw. Take one more inhale. And exhale, lower that hand down. Pause for a moment and then step it back. Move through your version of chaturanga. Or go straight back to down dog. You can always pause in child's pose. And in fact, we will all meet in child's pose for a thread the needle to continue to get into that space at the back of the heart. Keep the right fingers reaching toward the top of the mat and weave the left arm under and through. Let the gaze follow. You can keep sinking the hips back as you reach the right fingers forward, or if it's more comfortable, you can lift the hips up a bit. Take some nice deep breaths here, feeling expansive. One more inhale. And bring that hand, the left hand, back to the top of the mat. Weave the right arm under. Coming to rest on the right ear or temple. Feel the left fingers reach toward the top of the mat as the hips pull back. One more deep breath. Bring that right hand back through center. Take a full breath in center. And then meet me on hands and knees. Knees under the hips, hands under the shoulders. Bring the backs of the hands to your mat. Fingers pointing toward your body. Wiggle the fingers a bit. Maybe make a fist. Maybe shift the hips back. You could even do a cat-cow here. Just find a little stretch in your wrists. We're all using our computers probably more than ever. It's important to take care of our wrists. Come back through center, release, circle it out. Meet me in tabletop. Exhale, round through the spine, tuck the chin. Inhale, cat. Tuck the toes, send the tailbone up and back, downward facing dog. Give yourself 3 deep breaths here. You can always pause in child's pose. Good. Good. From our downward facing dog, let's all inhale, rise up onto the balls of the feet, and then tiptoe to the top of your mat, taking as many steps as possible. Feel your core engage. Nice. All right. Bring the balls of your feet together. Outside edges parallel. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend through the knees, reach out, press up to stand, fingertips touch. Exhale, sink back, Utkatasana, chair pose. Hips low, fingertips high. Feel the tailbone drop down while the core engages, as if the belly button were pressing into the spine, as if the rib cage were knitting together. What happens if you lift all 10 toes? Can you shift your weight back into your heels? Sink the hips lower and sit taller. Sink the hips a little lower, maybe reach up to the sky. One more inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Separate the feet to hips width. Feel your weight pressing into your right foot. Roll up to standing, one vertebrae at a time, and draw your knee to your chest as you rise. Circle the ankle. Feel the heart lifting up. Know that you can always tap the toes down. Let's see what happens if we open that leg up to the side. Strong flex in the left foot. Use the right arm for counterbalance. Again, you can keep the toes down. Feel the core engage. Beautiful. Take it to tree. That foot, the sole of your foot presses to the inner thigh or inner calf or inner ankle, never directly on the knee. Good. Feeling that left knee pressing out and open. If the balance feels good, you might reach up to the sky. Relax the shoulder blades down the back. Find one focal point for your gaze. We call this a drishti. Good. And let's reverse what we just did. So bring the arms back to out to a T and come back to the side, knee to hand. Beautiful. Bring it back to the front. Oops. Now we're gonna do something a little bit different. Engage the core, reach the hands up to the sky, keep the foot lifted, and extend it out in front of you. As slowly as you can, lower it to a hover, and then extend it back behind you, hinge forward. That foot didn't even need to touch the ground. We're in warrior three. You can always tap your fingers down to the earth or to a block. You could always take airplane arms instead. One more inhale to reach. And go ahead and lower the fingertips to the earth. Drop the head down, maybe reach the toes up a little higher to the sky for standing splits. And then release that foot to the earth. Shake it out in your forward fold. And we'll take that right on to the other side. So start to feel your left foot planting into the earth. Soften the knees, roll up to standing, one vertebrae at a time. Bring that knee with you of the left leg. Hug it in. Circle the ankle, lift the heart, engage the core. Breathe. You can always tap the toes down. Let's open it up. Using the opposite arm for counterbalance. Nice flex in that right foot for more stability. Feel the core lifting you up, bringing a sense of lightness into the body. Let the breath do the same thing. Tree. Maintaining that sense of lightness. Finding one focal point for your gaze. Feel the right knee pressing out and open. Maybe reach the hands up to the sky. Trusting your body. Honoring exactly where you are in this moment of your practice. Let's reverse that. Bring the arms back to a T. Bring the right knee into the right hand. Feel the core. Bring it back out in front of you. Now this time, reach both hands up to the sky. Extend that leg out slowly. Let me see the bottom of your foot. Lower it down slowly without ever touching the ground. Swing it back as you tip forward. Same variations available with the hands from your warrior three. You can always lower them down. You can always take airplane arms. Reaching from the crown of your head all the way through the heel of your right foot. One more breath. Lower the hands down to the earth. Drop the head, but reach the toes up a little higher. And lower that foot down. Take a moment in your forward fold of choice. You can take a rag doll like we've already done. You can bring the peace fingers to hook the big toes, or you could walk the hands under the feet in gorilla. Just let yourself soften into this forward fold. Find a little release here. Reacquaint with your breath. Good. That's good. Bring the soles of your feet together. Release the hands, or bring the balls of your feet together. Lift the heels as you lower the knees. We're gonna round through the spine. So you can tuck the chin in and feel the heels lowering back. You can reach the hands out in front of you, maybe getting a nice stretch down the back of the ankle or calf. Good. Bring the hands back in, send the hips up, lower the heels down. Heel toe both feet as wide as your mat. Point the toes out on the diagonal and sink the hips down. Doing something similar to what we just did, but the feet are wider. You can keep the hands on the earth and take a little movement if that feels good. Feels good to reach one hand up and then the other. Can take that option. Or you can pause in stillness. You could also roll up your mat or roll up a blanket under the heels if you wanted more support. If the heels are lifted, that is okay. Give yourself just a few more deep breaths here in movement or stillness. Nice job. Release the hands, send the tailbone up, and bring the feet under the hips. Shake it out one more time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or hop back into your plank. Moving through your version of chaturanga or straight back to down dog. Giving yourself 3 deep breaths in your downward facing dog. Knowing that you can always pick a child's pose. Step the balls of the feet together. Inhale the right toes up, up, up to the sky. Bend the knee, open the hip for just a moment. Keeping the hip open, draw that right knee to the right shoulder as you shift forward into plank. And bring that knee to center. Use your core. Place the foot down in between the hands or use the hands to get it there. Good. Maybe take a little shift forward and back. And then lower that back knee, toes are tucked. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, press the earth away. Inhale, reach back up to the sky. This time, twist. You can always lower your back knee, okay? So twist, right fingers reach back, left fingers reach forward. Sink the hips lower. Stay here or reach the right fingers for the back of the left leg. A little back bend. Good. If you're taking that back bend, meet me back with the arms parallel to the earth. Keep the twist. Now lower the left hand down. Send the right hand up to the sky. Again, the back knee can be on the earth. If you want to experiment with deepening this, you can reach the fingers back behind you, or you could roll onto the pinky toe side edges of your feet. You choose your variation and give it one more breath. Beautiful. Lower that right hand down. Walk the fingertips forward and press off the left foot. So you're in that supported warrior 3. Maybe bring the hands to heart center. Come all the way up to standing, but don't touch that foot down. Let it hover. Send it out toward me. Bend the knee into the chest. Good. Open it up. Take a tree. Finding a way to let this balancing posture feel like a resting pose. Breathing. We'll reverse that part again. So bring the arms out to the sides. Left knee to left hand. Forward toward me. This time, we're going to bend into the right knee and sink down into our eagle pose so the knees are stacked, and let that foot cross all the way over. Left leg is on top. Option to take eagle arms, just like before. So left leg is on top, or left arm would be on top too, holding opposite shoulders or bringing the hands together. We're almost done. Release. Take a moment, stretch through the tops of the feet, circle the ankles. That was a lot. Nice job. You can let the arms get heavy. Take a little twist. Come back through center. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Palms slice all the way down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Step or hop back. And make your way through your version of chaturanga, meeting back in a downward facing dog. You can always pause in child's pose. Return to the breath. 3 deep breaths here. Then we're going to take that all on the other side. In and out through the nose. Step the balls of the feet together. And inhale the left toes up to the sky. Bend the knee, open the hip. Engage the core and draw the left knee to the left shoulder. As you shift the shoulders over wrists, draw the knee through center. Place the left foot in between the hands. Pausing on your fingertips for a moment. Keep the back toes tucked, lower the knee. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Engage the core as you press the earth away. Reach back up to the sky. What do we do next? Yes, we twisted. Okay, so we're going to reach back with the left fingers and the right fingers forward. Feel the fingers reaching in opposite directions as the crown of the head and the tailbone reach up and down. Option 2, take a slight back bend or to stay right here. If you're bending, go ahead and reach back for the opposite leg with the left fingers. As the right fingers reach up to the sky, the back knee can always lower to the earth. Good. Bring the arms parallel to the earth and then spiral all the way down to twist. Right hand down, left hand to the sky. You can deepen your twist however you'd like. Or you can stay as you are. You can also lower the back knee. Give it one more inhale. Exhale, lower that left hand down. Walk both fingers past your mat and press off of that back leg. Right leg is parallel with the earth. You are on your fingertips. Maybe experiment with bringing the hands to heart center. Really press into that left heel. Come up to standing. See if you can let that heel hover. And then send it all the way out toward me. Draw it into the chest. Nice job. And open it up. Breathing. Tree. Let this become a resting posture. Finding one focal point for your gaze. Let's reverse that. Bring the arms out, right knee to right hand. Bring it back through center. And now we're coming into eagle. So you're going to bend into the left knee, stack the right knee on top. Maybe the toes come down, maybe they don't. Right elbow comes under the left elbow. Yeah. Or whichever you haven't done. You can hold on to opposite shoulders or lift the hands up for eagle. We're not going to be here much longer. You are strong. Lift the elbows a little higher. Breathe space into the back of the heart. Sink a little deeper. Release. Nice job. Circle through the ankles. Stretch through the tops of the feet. Let the arms get heavy as you twist. Meet me in Tadasana, mountain pose. Arms at your sides, feet under your hips. Palms facing forward. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, sigh it out. 2 more, inhale. Let it go. Last one, inhale. Nice job. Reach up to the sky, inhale, bring the palms together, slice all the way down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or hop back into your plank. Go through chaturanga or straight back to down dog. Go ahead and shorten the stance by walking your feet a couple inches closer to the hands. Pressing into the right hand, lift the left hand and weave it under and through, coming for the outside of the opposite leg, shin, or ankle. Maybe bringing the gaze up and under that right arm to look at the ceiling. Can you feel the weight of the hips shift back? The heels lower as the spine lengthens. One more inhale. Release. Press back into the left, fingers spread, lift the right, weave it under and through. It's okay if you're holding on above the knee, finding a connection that works for you. Feel the hips press back, the heels lower down. Maybe take the gaze under and through, spiraling through the heart. One more breath. Release back to your down dog, step the feet back, maybe walk it out just a little more. And then just like before, lift the heels, tuck the chin, ripple through the spine, meet me in up dog. And exhale, press it back. Now this time just shift forward to plank or kneeling plank, lower all the way onto your belly. Good. Bring the right arm out to the side, palm down, left hand under the left shoulder. Press into the left hand to roll onto the right side body. Let the head rest down. And walk those right fingers a little farther from the body. Good. Finding space in the shoulder socket. Option to add on by scissoring the top leg back or bending the knee of that left leg and placing the foot on the earth somewhere behind the right leg. Try to keep a 90-degree angle in that right arm. The right hand is about in line with the heart, and the right elbow is above the right shoulder. And ask yourself, where can I soften? Where can I surrender? One more breath. We'll release this one step at a time. First the leg, come back onto the belly, and then draw the right arm in. Extend the left arm out, press into the right arm, roll onto the left side body, head rest down. Walk the left fingertips out just a little more and find a nice 90-degree angle in that right elbow. Take whatever modification you took with the legs on the other side. Staggering or scissoring or bringing a bend into that knee. And again, ask yourself, where can I soften? Where can I deepen? One more deep breath. Release one at a time. First the leg stacks back on top, then we roll back onto the belly. Now this time, extend the right arm toward me, roll over that right shoulder, and readjust so you are on your back, on your mat. Hug your knees into your chest, and take a little rock from side to side. To massage the low back, you can take the head from side to side. Good. Bring the arms out to a T. Let the hips shift up and over to the left. And let the knees shift to the right. Gaze goes to the left. Bringing out the tension in your spine. Doing your best to keep both shoulder blades on the earth and breathing deeply into the belly to massage the internal organs. Gently make your way back to center, drawing the knees back toward the chest. Scoot the hips back in line with the rest of your body. And then gently shift the hips up and over to the right. Let the knees up and over to the left. Let the knees, no. Up and over to the right. Let the knees fall to the left. I know it's so confusing. Whichever side you haven't done, please do it. So your knees go to one side and your gaze goes to the other. When we turn the head like that, it brings the twist all the way up into the cervical spine. Taking some nice deep breaths. Last breath right here. Bring your knees back to center, readjust the hips, and give yourself a few moments to take any last postures that your body is calling for. Maybe you want to keep hugging the knees in, squeezing the forehead toward the knees. Maybe you want to bring the ball the soles of the feet together and come into a reclined butterfly pose. You could take a happy baby or a shoulder stand, a bridge. Whatever your body is asking for, take that right now. And give yourself about 4 more deep breaths. And then we will all meet in our final resting pose. Making your way to final resting pose, whatever that looks like for you today, you can take it, or you can extend the legs long toward the corners of the mat and let the toes fall open to the sides. Bringing the arms down to the sides, palms facing up, tucking the shoulder blades under the back. If you know that you want a longer Shavasana, feel free to turn me on mute or to lead the meeting now so you can settle in. Otherwise, know that you can relax and that I will tell you when it's time to come back. Now, as you rest here, let your breath wash over your body like a wave. Inhaling from the toes all the way up to the crown of the head. And exhaling from the crown of the head all the way back down to the toes. Letting the body soften, letting it surrender, and maybe returning to that 4-part breath from the beginning of our practice. Taking a full inhale to fill the lungs, and then pausing at the top of the inhale, feeling the fullness of your breath. And then exhaling it all out. Pausing at the bottom. Continuing to move through that 4-part breath. If the pause feels good, continue. If it doesn't feel good, just let your inhale flow into your exhale into your inhale. Softening, surrendering. Letting each individual thought float by one at a time. Not feeling the need to ask questions or to add details. Letting your thoughts, your emotions exist exactly as they are in this moment. And letting yourselves exist exactly as you are, always, always reminding yourself, I am whole, I am complete, I am enough. Keeping the eyes closed, slowly, gently begin to bring your awareness back into this space. Welcoming small movements into the fingers, small movements into the toes, gently circling through the wrists and ankles, maybe taking the head from side to side. And inhaling to reach the arms up and overhead, stretching, lengthening from fingers to toes. Exhale, draw the knees into the chest, hugging them in gratitude for the body. Let yourself rock over to one side, using the bottom arm as a pillow, letting the earth support your entire body. Let yourself feel held, feeling the safety and security of this posture. And whenever you're ready, make your way up to a comfortable seated position, facing whatever way you want. Take your time to sit up nice and tall. Bring the fingertips to the earth at your sides and inhale to reach out and up, fingertips touch. And exhale, reconnect, retrace all the way back down. Use the whole inhale to reach up, fill your lungs. And exhale, release. Last time we inhale up to the sky, this time bringing the palms together at the top, both hands down through forehead center, and all the way down through heart center. Thank you so, so much for sharing your practice, for sharing your time. I bow to the divine light that shines within you. Namaste. Thank you so much, everyone. Take your time, move slowly.